time for Open Mic Radio. Take a look up and enjoy the show. This is Open Mic Radio.
How about it? KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. It is 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and that means it is time once again for Open Mic Radio. We're going to get it rolling with one from our... we have a number of featured artists today, but one of them is Mr. Andrew Ryan. I'm thrilled to have him back in the station with us, and
Andrew!
We'll get one from Andrew Ryan. Here we go.
Yesterday is gone, and pretty soon it won't be long. Oh, and tomorrow, who knows? It's when the crack beneath the surface starts to show. It's when the crack beneath the surface starts to show. All this time I wanted change. Now my life is rearranged. Stare death in the face and call her name. It's when the crack beneath the surface fades away. Time's taking its toll on me. They say beware what's not free. And tomorrow, who knows? It's when the crack beneath the surface starts to show. It's when the crack beneath the surface starts to show. All this time I wanted change. Now my life is rearranged. Stare death in the face and call her name. It's when the crack beneath the surface fades away. It's when the crack beneath the surface fades away.
Yeah.
Woo. Nice, Andrew.
I love it. All right. Welcome to the program, everybody. It's Open Mic Radio, and the 4th of January, 2025. Very happy New Year to y'all. All right. Good to be with you on this wintry Saturday afternoon. Before we get to into the program, I want to say hi and thanks for sticking around to Peter Rabbit, the wonderful artist, DJ behind the mic here for one mic actually from 2 to 4 here on KOPN Saturday afternoons, directly grooving preceding
on the one
mic. Grooving on the one mic. That's what I say every week. I love it. But yeah, the latest in the legends in R&B
right.
and hip hop. So
I stole that from TK. I think our most recent previous host.
Yeah, well, she kind
TK
of
on the mic.
She kind of helped you cut your teeth here a little
She's
bit.
Wordsmith more than
she's amazing. Actually, she does a show on KBIA. I think she's still working for KBIA over there. But yeah, she's got talk about a smooth voice. Right. Anyway, shout out to TK. But
thanks for listening, TK.
But certainly Peter picked up the reins and has been
trying to learn from the best.
You've been doing a great show, and I think I've told you before. I don't know if we talked about it on the air, but I'm not exposed to much hip hop R&B, the kind of stuff that you play on the show, and I get educated every Saturday afternoon when I get to hear it, and I do appreciate it. In fact, one of the reasons that I wanted you to stick around is, we're always trying to get musicians to come here and perform live on this program, and I've had Nick Danger here a couple of times, and we've had actually Bummy, is a really pretty skilled hip hop artist. We've had a few hip hop artists on the show, but probably not as many as I'd like, and I'm just not maybe as connected to that community as as I might be to like the rock and roll scene or whatever. So maybe you could give us some tips. I mean, what's happening in the scene here in like mid Missouri?
Yeah, we get a little bit of a shift due to some of the college audience, some of the college draw. So you'll get live musicians, rappers in town, for a segment of the year, and then they go back home to Chicago or wherever.
So they're here primarily for the students, or what?
Yeah, as a student or whatnot. So we get some. Some of the Columbia scene is draws from that. Some of it is local folks. Went to high school here or whatever. Wow. I know one of our other programmers on KOPN, BHD, the DJ, for Saturday night, you'll hear him at 11 doing a DJ set. He does a lot of production.
Is that Brent?
Brent does a lot of production for some of the local hip-hop acts.
And he actually brings a rig in here sometimes, and will actually do his DJ thing right here from the studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
And actually the One Mic Collective, as we call ourselves now, we put on events. We usually bring in a rapper and a poet, just two different little styles of poetry there for each of their live performances. And recently they, with the One Mic Collective host DJ Kareem, he put together a cypher they recorded over at Vidwest Studios. So you can check that out if you're interested in a lot of the local guys who are
cool.
So rhyming it up.
What's your? Do you guys have a project that's coming up, or is there another show that's coming up, or?
I think 2025 we're trying to go monthly again. It used to be monthly, and then we kind of took a hiatus for a little while. And last year it was bi-monthly, once a month, and kind of a moving around rotation
and that
it was
usually
located.
Happens at the Blue Note, right? Or,
I think there's one at the Blue Note. We did the last one was at Cafe Berlin.
All right.
They've done East Side. They've done Hit Records. Just tried to move it around this last year.
Yeah.
So I have to talk with Miranda about what the location situation for 2025.
if any of those shows fall on a Saturday when we're doing it, maybe we could work out something to get somebody to come down and hang out with us for a little while in the afternoon before they do the show that night.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, I think that would be great.
I'll keep my ear to it, and we'll get them in. Yeah, I'll check out and y'all should check out the Midwest Cypher too on the One Mic Collective.
How do people find it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube at the One Mic Collective.
And that's the thing they did. That's the thing they did at Vidwest.
Yeah, Vidwest. Yeah,
and
nice,
it was a
recording there.
What kind of a production was it? Just one song, or was it a whole like a whole set of music, or what is it?
Yeah, it's just a track.
Okay.
One track. They got throw on the beats, shift up, and they bring all the different rappers, and you hit a little verse there.
That's awesome.
And hit them one after another.
And they're all sort of local, regional cats or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. All right, very cool. All right, so check it out. All right, and remember, tune in. Keep it on 89.5 all the time, but certainly tune in from noon to 6 on Saturday's killer. I mean, that's just my opinion, but we got Morgan and a Motherland Jam at noon to 2, and then Pete takes over with One Mic, which is killer, and then we get to do our thing. Then
at 6.
Better turn the mics down. Got a reggae party from 6 to 8, and then and Blues on Broadway, incredible 8 to 11, and I'm not sure what's happening after that. There was sort of a dynamic spot. Maybe I'll put it that way. Late night on Saturday. I don't know if there's a permanent show right now or not from 11 to 2 or whatever. But anyway. Pete, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for sticking around.
Of course.
Do you do any social media stuff for this project? Do people,
Not really.
No, okay.
You can
All right.
You can
Just go out
follow
there,
One Mic.
Look for One Mic
sure.
and One Mic
Yeah.
Collective, and check out that
One Mic,
that-
one word. So
Yeah, and check out that VidWest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. All right, cheers, you.
Cheers.
Awesome. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. My name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined, as usual, by my good friend Kind Kurt.
That's you are.
Yeah, C-Lark's in the house as well, although he's going to play some music for us actually a little bit later.
Oh, give a big shout out to Bunston and thank all those fine folks for tuning in
Hello.
today. Hello, Bunston.
Bunston. Love it. All right, Happy New Year to everybody out there, all right? Might have a few friends stopping by this afternoon. We'll see, but I'm glad you're all with us. My good friend Dylan McCord. Come on in, Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah. What's going on, brother?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Do you want them to do one more song?
Yeah, let's have another song from those guys out there, and then we'll come back and jibber jabber a little bit. All right.
Fantastic.
Those guys. So
All right.
I think you've mentioned Andrew.
Yeah, and we also have Nick, and his last name escapes me right now, but he goes by Level the Square for the acoustic. Project that he's part of. He's also part of a sort of a heavier, maybe a metal band. But we'll find out a little bit more about these guys in a
Good to
little
hear
bit.
it's a couple guys out there because you never know with this crew, man. That's
Who's gonna play it?
a multi-personality thing is not out of the norm. So
Who's playing one, Kurt? I mean, is Andrew playing? Is Nick
Andrew's
playing? Or?
standing there. It looks like he said. It looks to me like we're leveling the square.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a piece of live music here, and we'll be back in a few minutes. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Level the square.
And appreciate y'all listening. Back in a few minutes. All right. Anytime y'all ready out there.
I speak
How about it? All right. Welcome to the program. Thank you very much. Nick, I'm sorry. I know you go by Level the Square, but you got to tell me your last name one more time just so I remember it.
Piscitello.
Piscitello. All right, great.
Square, Mike.
All right. Well, all right.
First name level during this part.
Last name Square.
Middle initial T for the.
All right, we've got Level the Square, and we've got Andrew Ryan with us this afternoon on Open Mic Radio, and Andrew's been on the program quite a few times over the past quite a few years now, actually.
Yeah.
And I've had the great.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah. Not everybody comes back.
Finishing my
Actually,
contract.
not everyone is invited. Actually, everyone is invited back. The truth is, I pretty much invite everyone back. But anyway, I've had the great pleasure of watching Andrew. He was a developing artist long before him and I met. But in the last 5 or 6 years, since he and I have kind of been connected, his music has really changed, and I'm not sure what the right word is. I was going to say advanced, but that's not the word I'm
Positive.
looking for. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I don't know. It's been a really cool evolution of your style and your music, and I love to hear it. And you've actually introduced me to a number of great musicians over the years as well. Ray, I'm sure you're Texas. Not Billy Ray, but he Twisted Knife on.
Jason. Yeah,
Jason Ray.
Yeah.
Another outstanding musician that you introduced
Yeah, he's
me
back
to
in St. Louis now, actually.
Is he back performing again?
Yeah, he plays in the band.
I thought so. I thought
we got a 5-piece electric band.
Yeah. Are you working with him at all?
Yeah, he plays in that with me.
That's awesome. And what's the name of?
Then we do like a trio.
And that's Andrew Ryan and the
Levy.
The Levy.
Yeah.
I knew you had a
Mississippi River.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, how did you and Nick? How do you guys know one another?
We became friends through social media. Then he was in St. Louis, was it 6 years ago or something?
Yeah.
And
Where are you from originally, Nick?
I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get here? Shit.
A plane.
He started walking a long time ago.
No, Andrew and I met just through social media. I think he liked a post of mine or something, and I reached out to him, and then we just kind of had this, pen pal relationship over Instagram messages, and he would send me some demos. I'd send him stuff I was working on. And we're like, dude, we should get some shows together. And I came out to St. Louis for work for a week, and I met Andrew, and then we're like, let's do it, man.
We met up at that venue that I run sound at.
Yeah, the Heavy
It's
Anchor.
all full circle.
Yeah.
So you guys do you do a combined project?
We're working on that right now.
or-
I was out at his place in October,
Yeah.
and we were at his rehearsal studio for his band.
Cool.
And I played drums with him. 'Cause I used to be a drummer, originally.
Yeah.
And
You
it was
played
cool.
at my place where I remember. I was like, damn.
Oh yeah. It was a little rough, but it was fun, But we're gonna put out some songs.
And that's
Let his brother be the
that's a
drummer or
rock and roll
something.
project, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how rock and roll?
Well, the stuff that Andrew and I are writing right now, it's kind of like shoegazy-ish. It's not really
right.
heavy.
But you've got a heavy project, is that right?
Yeah, I play in another band.
And that's called Spark of Life,
Spark of Life.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the complete opposite of that. What you just heard. Complete opposite.
What's the story with Spark of Life, quickly?
Oh man, well, Spark of Life was around in the early 2000s. We put out some records and toured, and we just took a hiatus for almost 20 years. It was crazy. And our singer of that band, Steve, his birthday was coming up, and we used to tour a lot with this band, Rise Against, and we still became pretty good. We still remained friends with them. Steve and I actually played in another band called Lassa Believers with a guy from that band and our buddy Brett from Ignite. And we're like, dude, we should do a birthday show for you and have Spark of Life play. And
that was the
have
rebirth
Rise
of the
come out.
band?
But then Rise came out and played this secret show with us. Our friend owned a skate lab in Simi Valley, California.
Cool.
And Scott Rudinsky, he's a professional
skateboard?
baseball player, but he plays in a band called Pulley. And we used to tour with them and share our studio space with them in the Valley. So this is a very long-winded story, but
I write this up.
but then we were like, so we played I don't know how this it was just a whim to play a secret show with Rise,
Right.
And we got back together and rehearsed for the first time in 15 years. And my brother, he plays drums in that band. He finally came out of retirement,
Wow.
and we're like, man,
We're
this
putting
feels
the band back
yeah,
together.
that
We're getting
literally
the
was.
band.
That's literally what it was. I wrote a song for that show, like a new song, first song I've written for that band for 15 or so years, and it just felt so right. And then it took like 3 or 4 years of phone calls and getting stuff together, and then we got picked up by this label called New Age. We put out a couple singles, and
Yeah, I got to mix one of the songs.
Cool.
yeah. Andrew mixed a song for us, and we just finished our record, Plagued by the Human Condition. It's going to come out later this year, and we just released the second single on it 2 days ago.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe later in the show we get you guys in the studio here and we can play a couple of
Yeah,
recorded tracks because
definitely
Andrew, I
should.
know you have some new material as well.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
I'm really looking forward to sharing with.
He
with
didn't even
with
say
people.
though. On one of those two songs, they had like a 2-song EP or whatever. They had like a guest drummer. That's like a famous comedian actor.
Yeah, Fred Armisen
Yeah.
plays drums on 2 tracks.
Really?
Of ours, yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I
who he is.
felt
Who
I
is
felt
he?
so bad because they came and played Portlandia, the main guy in Portlandia, SNL. But anyway, they came to this venue that I work at in St. Louis like in November after we did some shows in October together, and his brother plays drums with him, great drummer. And
That's great.
I was like, hey, give me a shirt before you guys leave, because I was behind the soundboard.
Right.
And he gives me the shirt that's got a picture of like Fred's face. And I remember looking at his brother being like, dude, I don't want this shirt. You're a better drummer. Like, come on, man. They made you come in here with that shirt. So I felt bad. I packed it in my suitcase today, though.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't know. I haven't worn it yet. I just saw it and I'm like, I should grab this.
All right, my radar's beeping that my listeners are saying, "Shut up, Mike. We need more music." So let's get another song if we could from either or. Oh, actually, that was Kurt in my ear. So anyway, it's Open Mic Radio and it's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web at kopn.org. I want to shout out to a couple of
want me to? I can.
new friends that are listening over the web, perhaps.
Wishing that they were listening to music right
Some Nosterites out there, all right? Big shout out to people listening over Fountain and on Noster, all right? Zap away. All right, Andrew Ryan with us at the station this afternoon, as well as Level the Square. We're going to get one from Andrew, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, sure.
All right, once again, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, Andrew Ryan.
Play the good one this time.
I got to save the good one for tomorrow. So, darling daughter, and I insist, the Midwest kids are oblivious. 'Cause even now, and even then, you got your mother's fire, it's obvious. You got your mother's fire, it's obvious. Your face says it all, and you resist when I'm called. 'Cause life will not always be like this. Yes, I'm at war with the obvious. Yeah, I'm at war with the obvious. So, darling daughter, remember your name and keep your head up and don't feel ashamed. 'Cause life will not always be like this. The Midwest kids are oblivious. The Midwest kids are oblivious.
kids are oblivious. Your Midwest kids are oblivious.
Yeah, they're oblivious all over the place. Hey, all right. Incredible. Andrew Ryan here on Open Mic Radio this afternoon. Pleasure to be with y'all. It is about 4:30 or so. Yeah. Hey, maybe why don't we bring those guys in here for a second? Yeah. Yeah, just hi to everyone out there. All right, it's a fun afternoon at the station. I'm looking forward to the rest of the show. Andrew's with us. We've got Nick with us, yeah, I was thinking that Johnny and Justin might be here, but I think the weather's kind of getting even sketchy now. The next couple of days are going to be pretty snowy, apparently. If the prognosticators are correct, I don't know if they are or not.
The worst of it's over.
There's a lot of crying wolf, I feel like. So I never quite believe the weather people, and then, but what is it? A stopped clock is right twice a day. So I think
that's not always true, man. That doesn't account for like daylight savings time.
Yeah, man, it still does. Actually. Anyway, we'll see what happens the next couple of days, but might get a little snowy out there. So anyway, Andrew, Nick in the studio with us now. You guys, thanks for taking the time to come and visit this afternoon. Yeah, I think we're good.
Oh, you're not. Are you not plugged in? Oh wait, I'm not. He doesn't have a plug-in right there. Maybe the cable's loose.
I don't know. Can you hear getting anything out of your headset there?
I got you, but he's.
Yeah, it really doesn't even matter unless we have a phone call.
We are like 3 feet apart.
Yeah, it's like anyway,
you know how we do it. Do it yourself. Yep. Come prepared to be able to know how to correct the audio.
Thank you for coming this afternoon.
If you're wanting to hear
guys.
any part of the conversation, make sure you know how to like wire things.
All right, hey,
it's pretty good.
So, what you guys drove from St. Louis today?
Yeah. Actually, he just hit the airport at 1:00.
Yeah. And, that's right. And where did you fly back from?
From Los Angeles, LAX to here.
All right.
He played a show the last 2 nights.
Yeah, we
played.
Wow, dude.
It's a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, we played in Pasadena and then Pomona at the Old Town Pub in Pasadena, and then this club in Pomona called the Hagan, and then got on a flight at 4 a.m. and flew out here.
Yeah, so you're running on fumes right now, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys making it, and Andrea. Thanks for driving in. You've been sick for the last week. So.
Oh man, like the last 5 weeks. Yeah.
Well,
anyway, so forgive the tired voice when you hear me.
Actually,
not sing properly.
I was going to make a comment. I wasn't sure at what point in the show, but I mean, I've only heard you sing one song, but you've got a remarkable voice, wonderful singing voice.
He was out there going local nice.
It's like. You have a little waver. I'm not sure exactly how you may. There's a Conor Oberst sort of thing almost, and frankly, Conor Oberst is one of my favorite songwriters of all time. Maybe I can't believe how good that man is.
Yeah.
And he's also a great singer too. So anyway, I love the first song that you played. I can't wait to hear some more from you this afternoon.
This moment, do that always.
Yeah, keep it going.
Because you sound great.
The project that you two are working on, is that going to be a full band, or is it just the two of you, or what are you thinking?
No, it's a full band.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what it's called?
Yeah, you can tell them.
Really? You've chosen a name, or are you joking right now?
No.
We've demoed like 3 different songs for it. I'm like feverishly sending Andrew stuff.
Yeah, and if I don't respond right away, he's like, "You hate it, don't you?"
It's called Montega.
Okay, hey, I like it. Yeah. What's is there a meaning behind it?
It's the Italian word for mountain, and we wanted the band
Montega.
The sound is really massive. It's like a lot of. I play in a lot of weird tunings. I'm a pretty unorthodox player. I'll like be strumming and then finger pick and strum, and so there's like a lot of effects and heavy stuff going on.
There's a lot of, what key is this in? And he's like, I have no idea.
Yeah, don't ask me that stuff. Don't ask me that stuff.
And I'm like, oh come on, I gotta know this.
There's a, I always do this, but there's there's an old record by Sting. I think it's called "The Dream of the Blue Turtles." It was maybe his first solo record after the Police split up. And it's sort of jazzy. There's some really cool jazz stuff on it. And in fact, I think Wynton or Brandon Marsala is one of those guys, plays bass on one of the songs, and it's called Shadows in the Rain. And at the beginning, you can tell they're just doing a studio take, right? And they start rocking it, and Marsalis is like, "What key is it in? What key is it in?" Right? And then they go right, and he picks it up or whatever. But it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Well, jazz, there's 12 notes, and in jazz, I think you can play like 7 without being wrong. Like really, like bebop, you know?
Yeah.
I'll like noodle over jazz stuff on my phone at night sometimes. So I'll get really high and do it. It's a lot of fun. But then I'll be like, well, wait, what key is this in? Because it could be the 5th or the... Right. And then I find a couple notes that are wrong, and it's like the opposite way of figuring stuff out, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Very well.
So it's a bummer for Andrew to play music with me.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I brought you here hoping this would like calm that down for a while. This would be all the 2025s.
Oh, well, I have a new demo song for you to play in the van after we leave here. I guess I'll just not send that to you.
Oh, good, yeah. As long as you stay awake.
So is there a plan to record some of this stuff? And then maybe tour a little bit?
That'd be great. I'd love to.
This year, you're thinking?
I'd like to, yeah.
How close are you on songs? I mean, do you have some songs already that you're putting together?
Yeah, he's sent me like 3. He's been kind of writing it all, really.
Yeah, the hope is to start putting out singles, not like a full record.
Yeah, that's sort of the new thing now. You release one, release another one.
Yeah, you want to get on playlists a lot, and it's like, you know, it's also a no-name band, but
how dare you?
How dare I?
Actually, it's got a name. It's called Montego.
Yeah,
and it's snowing outside. How are you going to get back to California?
Oh yeah. No, it's a massive band. We're playing the Hollywood Bowl next Saturday.
Yeah, 3 nights. Yeah. On Saturday only, 3 nights.
But yeah, that's the hope is to keep the train moving on that. You know, it's a great departure from everything else that we both play. You know. Yeah,
very cool. And maybe you mentioned before, but do you still actually live in LA, or are you living here in the Mid-Missouri area now?
I live in a town now called Simi Valley, California.
Okay,
so that's
SIMI, right?
Yes,
yeah. You're like 45 minutes north.
Yeah, I'm like
of downtown or something.
Yeah, from like Santa Monica, I'm like 30 minutes north.
All right. Yeah, I used to hang out in Silver Lake.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, I dated a girl who was in the art scene back then, and
that's the spot now, or the last 10 years.
I think it used to be pretty sketch. I mean, it was cool, but it was pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
You had to kind of know a little bit about it.
That's the same. Like East Nashville used to be really rough, and it's like $350 a month for mortgage or rent. Now it's like, you know.
Yeah, we would go to shows out in Silver Lake in high school, and it was so sketch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But great art, great music, and that kind of stuff. Of course, that's what kind of comes out of those kind of scenes.
Yeah, all the artists live where they can barely afford it, and then it gets cool and it gets taken over. You know? That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's like everywhere.
No, it really is. I mean, it's just sort of the way it goes. I guess.
So, it's just how it works.
And enjoy it when it's cool. Because things don't stay cool for long, it turns out. I mean, the coolest things end up getting co-opted and turned not cool, oftentimes at least.
Like so you're like, guess what? I've just figured it out.
Right. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm thrilled you guys came down this afternoon, and I love hearing the music. We got plenty of time, so you want to go out and play another couple for us? How about that? I think
we can do that. Sure.
Yeah. Why don't we have Nick play one?
Okay.
And while you're getting set up, I can take care of a little bit of my jibber jabber here.
Okay. Cool.
Great. Because I wanted to mention that last week we had a great time with the Ina Cook Band. We did sort of a Christmas New Year's thing, and it was. Just a super fun show last week. Ina and her band were here. We also had music from Adam Wilson, who I just love. Billy Herring was here, another young artist. I hesitate to say
very
country, but you know, how would you describe that, Kurt?
It's got a country folk kind of singer-songwriter,
kind of Johnny Cash, or kind of even like Colter Wall, storyteller,
a little bit of little John Prine kind of storytelling kind of thing to it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not in his delivery or whatever, but you know.
And a very unique vocal style too. So anyway, Billy Herring, I appreciate you coming down last week.
Powerful
that was great
stuff. I'll say that.
Zawata, Dylan, and Danielle actually played a couple songs for us. I know it seems like a long time ago, right? Oh, it was last year. Bud McDonald was here from Provoke the Colossus, another one of my favorites.
Yes, and he played.
Dude,
he played. He shredded up the acoustic. Love it.
Yeah, he was
Bud, man.
Bud was working it on the acoustic. Anyway, always fun to have him here. Anyway, they all played a bunch of great songs for us. So thanks to everyone who was a part of the show last week, and obviously thanks to Dylan for doing sound like he does for us. It's just awesome. And if you missed
coming back and doing it again,
get the podcast. All right, it's cool.
Thank you.
And the website is Mike Yar. I love it. We mentioned Morgan, Motherland Jam, Rashoma coming up. We've got Andrew's here, C-Lark's here, Kurt's here, we got Dylan here. All right, I will give the phone number out real quick. If you want to give us a call, 573-443-8255. Please feel free to give us a call. I feel like sometimes I miss the calls, but please don't take it personally. Sometimes I'm not in here in the studio, and there's not a light that shows like if the phone is ringing. So, but either way, I'm here now. So 443-8255 if you want to say hi anytime during the show. We'll try to get with you. And meanwhile, we're just going to play some great music like we do. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, back to the guys in the other room there. Kurt, why don't you give them the go ahead?
Level the square.
And I'll tell them it's Open Mic Radio.
About ready to go.
KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM. How about it? Level the square.
All right, man.
Yar. We're good to go.
Yar.
The song's called Me and More.
Hello, mi amor, how have you been? You seem to slip away. Oh, I've been awake for days on end. You know I'm not doing so well. Oh, I'm not okay. Oh, I'm just not right. So let me in for one more night, so I can fix this right, mi amor. I've come across a few things that will help you out with who I am, like getting lost in my drink and passing out inside my misery. Oh, I can't feel you anymore, spinning circles in my head. So let me in for one more night, so I can fix this right, mi amor.
Thank you.
Level the square. Why do you? Where'd the name come from? Why do you refer to this project as Level the Square, Nick?
That's a very good question.
Because it's not level or stable. I'm kidding.
He's not talking about my emotional state. This project used to be called Wayfair for a long time. And I put out a couple EPs, and I was living in Richmond, Virginia.
Hey, Nick, get right on that mic. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
This project used to be called Wayfair for a while. I put out a couple little EPs and was touring, and I had moved to Richmond, Virginia for a job. And after about 3 years there, that job, I lost that job, and I lost everything at that point in my life. And I had a manager at the time, and I said, I'm coming back to LA, you know, and she said, well, maybe you should change your name. And I thought that was a great idea for some reason. And I said, well, what am I going to do? And then I thought, you know, with a level and a square, it's basically you can like rebuild anything. Like those are like the fundamental tools.
What a great metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I wrote this record called From Here to the James. And so my whole trip from the James River back to LA, I played shows the whole way through, and then I wrote this record, and then 2 or 3 weeks after I got back to LA, I recorded it.
Is it available out out and about?
Yeah.
How do people find your stuff just in general if people are looking to hear more of your material?
I am on social media, _ level in the square. I will say I did have better social presence back before COVID, but then my accounts all got hacked, and like it's just been a real struggle to do anything with it since.
Those damn Russians.
Yeah, but yeah, it's,
you know they're responsible for everything, by the way. Literally everything.
I'm just here to play music.
I mean everything. Sorry.
But yeah, you can find me there, and you know, on Spotify and iTunes, Level in the Square. There's a couple singles and some records. I'm actually working on a new record right now. I basically finished it.
So you're very busy. Lots of projects and lots of different stuff going on, and a lot of different recordings as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep a lot, I don't think.
Wow, I love
Definitely
it.
not on planes.
I think it's great. So
every time I visit him, I stay at his house, and it's like midnight, go to bed, I'll wake up, and he's been up for 2 hours working on
Are you a single man, or do you have a family?
I have a family.
Wow.
That's even more impressive.
Yeah, well, so does Andrew. So do I, for that matter.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Mike.
What the hell's going on here? I thought we were all supposed to be single and doing our own thing. No, it actually doesn't. Thank God for my wife, actually. She saved my life. I mean, she makes me such a better person. Really.
Oh, great. That's great.
That's a true thing.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean... Anyway, okay, so Andrew, Nick, thanks again for being here. I love it. Great music. You want to play another one for us?
I can. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's do another one, and then we'll go into the studio. We'll play a couple recorded pieces while Dylan kind of gets ready to play some music for us.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll have Clark's going to play some toward the bottom half of the 5 o'clock hour, and I'm sure you guys have plenty of songs left, right? So we'll just keep mixing it up, all right?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do that. I will say thank you again, everyone out there, for listening. Open Mic Radio, KOPN, Columbia. Thanks to everyone that makes it happen. All right, Andrew Ryan in the house this afternoon. We also have Nick Silis with us, and Level the Square. We're gonna get one from Andrew. It's Open Mic Radio.
Not saying I don't love you, I'm only saying that I care. Sometimes it's hard to show it. I like the way that I see you. You're strong, beautiful, and brave. And if the others don't notice, it's not your loss, it's your gain. And so let go of what holds you down, and let go of it now. And the rising tide is coming down, down, down. The rising tide is all around. Every time that I call you, you're always busy with life. I guess it's just one of those things that happen to us. And life is filled with sadness from all the joy that you bring. And
And if you can't understand this, it's not your loss, it's your gain. And so let go of what holds you down. Go ahead and let go of it now. And the rising tide is coming down, down, down. The rising tide is all around.
Play another one, Andrew.
Okay.
Please. All right? We got plenty of time.
All right, I'll play you one that's on the new record, but it's pretty dark.
That's why I love you, man.
Not that this hasn't been dark so far.
Yeah. All right. New music from Andrew Ryan. You hear that, Kurt? Oh, he must be outside in the car. It's like crickets. Anyway, all right. You want a little background on the song quickly or no?
Sure. So I've always wanted to write like a New Year's song, and I tried to do that with this, but it didn't really happen. But that's how it started anyway. And yeah, I'll just play it.
Okay, fair enough. Andrew Ryan, once again, Open Mic Radio, KOPN.
Okay. The year's over, it's hard to believe that everything worn and on our sleeves. It's hard to believe. And there are some things I won't talk about. Yeah, there are some memories not worth mentioning aloud. So I won't. Winter flowers keep falling, and all the starlings surrounding. 'Cause come morning, they're singing nearly, dearly, darling. And they're singing nearly, dearly, darling. Everything is dying, and honey, so are we. And your family ghost is killing me, and anyone nearby can obviously see. And when your mother loses her mind, and your father is not far behind, your brother's still alive, but he's no longer alive. Winter flowers keep falling, and all the starlings surrounding. 'Cause come morning, they're singing nearly, dearly, darling. And they're singing nearly, dearly, darling. Singing nearly, dearly, darling. And they're singing nearly, dearly, darling.
Outstanding. All right. Let's go back into the studio, and we're going to play a couple recorded pieces from these two gentlemen, and then we'll come back around top of the hour with a little Zawada music with my great friend Dylan McCord. All right. Thanks again. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, and once again on the web at kopn.org. I also want to talk with Dylan before the end of the show about some of the stuff that we're planning for the new year here. So, okay, back in a minute. A second.
And he's moving to the radio.
All right, there we go. Kurt, there's you. Nick, there's you. Okay. So,
Michael, yes.
All right, so we just heard a couple from Andrew. So I'm going to go and find something from Nick that we could play that's recorded that's online. Anything that you might suggest?
Yeah, you could play there's a single called "Tell Me Something."
Let's see how good I am at finding this. And the
level and the square.
This is on level. Yeah. Okay, I think I think I got it here. All right, maybe you could give us a little background on it. And again, this is a project that's you essentially singer songwriter acoustic, like just you.
Yeah, this I write and produce everything. So, but this one's a little bit more rock. It's not as folky.
So you're playing other instruments, but you just did the whole thing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Cool. So you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Equipment? Are you going somewhere to record?
I recorded this at my house and also at my buddy Doug Grion's studio. I recorded the drums there at his house studio.
Is it
in Pasadena?
So you're a multi-instrumentalist. You played all the instruments on this on these recordings.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
You know, quickly, a little bit about your music background before we play this. I mean, are you traditionally trained, or did you learn it all by ear? Or
not at all, man. No? Like I picked up a guitar when I was 12, and I haven't ever put it down since.
Family musicians, dad, mom,
just
uncles,
my brother played drums, and he's 3 years older than me, and he's a phenomenal drummer, and he played in some like punk bands back in the 90s, and
cool.
And I wanted that, you know, and so it was really difficult for me to figure out other people's songs. So I'd hear, like, my friends would be like, "Oh, dude, I can play this solo for Metallica, like Ride Lightning." I was like, I can't figure that out, and so I got frustrated, and I said, "You know what? I'm just gonna write my own stuff,
do your own thing."
And I kind of kept it that way.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a reasonably good choice, in my opinion. The stuff I've heard from you this evening is wonderful. Yeah. I think it's great. So, are you playing traditional chords and that kind of stuff, or do you read music, or are you just playing essentially by the sound?
I'm playing by the sound. A majority of the stuff is in some like weird tunings, and then like there's 3 layers of guitars that are different tunings. Yeah, Andrew's head spins with this Montega stuff because there's like 5. There's like 5 guitar tracks.
We played some shows together in October, and one was like in Hollywood, and one was in Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh man, I haven't even practiced. I have to find this paperwork to know what tuning it's in." I'm like, I don't know how you have all these legal documents to figure it out.
I wish we had a video here in the studio to see Andrew's face when
when you're out there, are you using like a standard tuning, or is there
that song "Me and More" is not standard.
I don't think any of it is.
What was the tuning?
There's only one string that's tuned up a half step. So the B string would be tuned up a half step, but there's a capo on the third. And I'm going to make it even more confusing because my standard is a half step down.
Okay.
Right? So
that's common, kind of.
That's a half step.
Yeah.
I do something
with a capo on it.
I do something different where I'm a half step up because I'm E flat.
Is it for vocals?
Yeah. So if I pretend I'm in D major, I'm in E flat.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I pretend I'm in A, it's B flat, and it's just better for my voice.
Yeah.
And I like playing F. F is my key too, but like it's harder. Better. It's not harder. It's just more uncomfortable. So I can pretend I'm in E major, and it's
nobody plays an F.
Yeah. Well, I mean Nirvana did. Yeah, and a lot of people do.
I'm the only reason I say that is I engineered a show with Dylan actually on Wednesday night. It was a New Year's show. Here on the station, and it's called Farm and Fiddle, and they had a 5-piece, essentially a fiddle setup, 3 fiddles and a guitar and a stand-up bass, and they were joking amongst themselves about this one guy who liked to play an F.
Yeah.
Like nobody plays fiddle
Yeah.
in F or whatever. Anyway, and then I made the joke about the F word. Anyway.
Right.
But anyway,
Yeah, no, my bass player, guitar player, they're always looking at me because my hand's not right. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'll chase what I'm doing and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because my tuning, but
Yeah,
So a lot of the
don't
ones
follow
you're
me.
using though, Nick, is it like a lot of it just kind of experimenting around? Like just, I wonder what it sound like if I go down here and you hit a note and you're like,
yeah, what's that?
all
What's
right.
that first Montaga song? Because it was like
Oh, that one.
I showed someone the tuning and they were like, "That makes no sense to me."
It's like
a metalhead
There's
friend
like-
of mine.
It's like C,
F and
F,
C sharp.
G, A. Like it's all over the place.
That's awesome.
All right, we digress here. So let's hear a little bit of what we're talking about. All right, this is a song called "Tell Me Something." This is reasonably new material.
This single was put out, I think, like in the last 5 years.
Okay, so
Do you remember what the tuning was when you did
This is actually just a half step down. Okay, this one is a half, and so was Broken Bones, the first song.
If you're at home right now,
For those of you who want to play, if you wanted to play along,
yeah.
all right. It's "Tell Me Something," Level in the Square, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Give me one last hello, girl. Can I make it alright? Or am I too late? Is there someone else who cares? I'm breaking down in this misery. I find myself, and I'm casting out to find you. And I find in the empty inside. Tell me something, girl. Are you still searching for another touch, just to give it away? I'm breaking down in this misery. I find myself, and I'm casting out to find you. And I find in the empty
Yeah.
Half step down, everybody.
Wow. Actually, really cool stuff. Is anybody here familiar with a band called the Afghan Wigs?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
From I don't know, maybe the 90s or something like that.
Huh?
They were a great band, and they got very little. I mean, not many people know about them or whatever.
Right.
The last 30 seconds or minute of that song gave me a little Afghan Wig vibe. I loved it. So,
yeah, one of the
I'll
guys
take that
passed
compliment.
away last year or a year and a half ago or something.
I'm surprised they lived that long.
Yeah, well, I know a guy, I know a guy in Memphis that's like a big record producer guy, and he cuts vinyl for people, but like produces like big stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he worked on a couple of the records like in the '90s, And he told me, he's like, yeah, I got to hang out with him one day, and he's like, yeah, we were down in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Making a record, and it was like night shift hours. And they'd stay at the bars till like 4 or 5 in the morning and then sleep, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I was like your assistant. That would have been amazing time just to be around all that. Bourbon Street every night.
Oh my God.
After sessions of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm like, oh, that's living. That'd be great.
No, and it would.
Yeah.
But only for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
You can't do it for long. So for sure. Anyway, all right, wonderful stuff there, and that is once again Level and the Square. You can find that music online. Okay, it's about 5:05 or so on. This 4th of January, 2025. Welcome to the new year, everyone. My great friend Dylan McCord is going to play some music for us. I think you got a couple in you out there, Dylan.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll get a couple from Dylan, maybe 3, and then I want to play the new stuff that Andrew has.
Okay, yeah.
And then we've got Clark, our own C-Lark. I might mention if you're familiar with the show, Clark's got a little project that he's kind of working on. He's going to share a little bit of it with us around 5:30 or 5:40, something like that. Okay. Yes. Okay. So stick around. Open Mic Radio, KLPN Columbia. Appreciate y'all out there, and I hope you got a case of water and you're all stocked up for the next 36 to 72 hours. It might get hairy out there.
Yeah, we're planning
on.
on.
Are you guys driving back to?
Well, we're going to the West Coast as well. We got this crazy trip we're doing.
We're heading into the storm.
What we wanted
from here?
Yeah.
But when you leave here, you guys are heading west?
We were talking about buying fireworks and going to Kansas City and shooting off fireworks tonight.
Before
I totally endorse the fireworks.
That was not just talk. We are buying fireworks and we are lighting them off once the snow gets really heavy.
I love it. Yeah, they'll look super cool in the snow like that, right?
If you've been to a gas station or a grocery store in the last 48 hours, you know the worst of it's already over.
Yeah, you can't get a bottle of milk or whatever. So
yeah,
people are crazy.
If you can live through that, you can survive.
I'm like, it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah, it happens all the time too. It's like people program that way. It's really crazy.
No, it is very weird. Yes. Okay. So, all right.
Just to be safe, man, I emptied my refrigerator and all my cabinets and went out and cleared out a whole shelf of toilet paper.
Good.
So
I'm sure you're all stocked
for
up.
At least like the next 2.5 days.
I was going to say years. All right. So, 5:05 Open Mic Radio, KOPN. Dylan, what do you got for us out there, my friend?
What do I got?
Yeah, man. What you got?
I got songs.
Play a couple for us, will you, my friend?
Mike, this one's for you, man.
I love it. I hope it's.
You asked me to play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce it then because let me introduce it because it's like my current favorite song. It's called "Religion of One," and it's Dylan McCord performing it solo here, but you can also hear it performed by the band Zawata. So thank you, Dylan. I love it. I love you. Thank you for helping out so much here all the time. You are my brother, and check this out, you guys. It's amazing. Dylan McCord, Open Mic Radio.
Love you too, brother. This one's for you. into town with a suitcase in hand. Said he's gonna sell me the way to the promised land. And he would proclaim that he knew my name. A sinner, a heathen, the damned, it's all the same. Well, what gives you the right to question my life? How I see God, why I stand and fight. The religion of one, the religion just for me. I am what I am, not what you want me to be. The religion of one, the religion just for me. Well, I am what I am, not what you want me to be. Well, I've seen on your lawns a message of hate left by the ones who think they know, not wait. Well, man, as I had ever been, lands wrapped around your neck, not the kind of man I was taught to be, and not how I learned to respect the religion of one, the religion that's just for me. I am what I am, not what you want me to be. The religion of one, the religion that's just for me. Well, I am what I am, not what you want me to be. Come to my door and preach me your lies. I didn't ask for your opinion, and I know you didn't ask for mine. Don't come to my door and preach me your lies. I didn't ask for your opinion, and I know you didn't ask for mine. The religion of one, the religion just for me. I am what I am, not what you want me to be. The religion of one, the religion that's just for me. I am what I am, not what you want me to be. Walked into town with a suitcase in hand. Said he's gonna sell me the way to the promised land. Yar. So in the realm of my song making, man,
Mr. Dylan McCord.
I don't say stuff I don't believe in. And the way you align yourself with your governing force in this world, that's yours. And all that can be expected is that you don't have a predatory nature in your vibe. Blah.
I endorse. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. We're on the web, kopn.org. Dylan McCord, Zawata performing in this.
Should I just go hardcore?
Play another one, man. Yeah.
I think I want to do Settle right now.
I love it.
This song's called Settle. And we have this tendency to be complacent on what we allow to see in the world. And the world is saying right now that complacency is really going to destroy us. So the song is about not settling for what you feel and know is actual true growth. They say it's the way they control us, deny this way with all that you are. Have faith and hope that one day we will love one another and deny the walls they used to separate. Don't settle on the ways we love. Don't settle on the ways we die. Don't settle on the harm we bring. Don't settle on the hate in our eyes. Don't settle on the ways we love and the ways we die. Is the time to stand up and fight. You know where the true lies. You can feel it deep inside. You fold and you rest and you take it upon the rest of the test and lie. We stand and we live alone. Don't settle on the ways you love. Don't settle on the ways you die. Don't settle on the harm you bring. Don't settle on the hate in your eyes. Don't settle on the ways you love or the ways you die. Don't settle on the ways you love or the ways you die. They say it's the way they control us. Yeah, they troll us, deny the ways they used to separate. Have faith and hope that we can love one another and deny the walls they used to separate. Don't settle on the ways you love. Don't settle on the ways you die. Don't settle on the harm you bring. Don't settle on the hate in your eyes. Don't settle on the ways you love or the ways you die. Don't settle on the who you love or how they die. Don't settle on who you love or why they die.
I love it. Hey, Dill, will you come in here?
Yep.
All right. So that's another wonderful song by Mr. Dylan McCord. And you can hear that performed by the band Zawata when they are out and about in mid-Missouri here. So Dylan and I have actually been collaborating on some stuff behind the scenes, and I'm going to drag him into the studio real quick and say Happy New Year. And Kurt, let him borrow that mic if you don't mind. So for people who are not familiar, Dylan McCord, the way I met him, he was doing sound at the Blue Note for years, working for Richard King and produced shows for lots of very, very cool bands that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. But anyway, it was just, and I have to say that also your sister Kay was a part of KOPN here at the radio station.
Yeah, she was part of the KOPN family for years.
When I got here in 2004, Kay was doing a show here at the station. She's one of the first people I met. She's a wonderful woman. Yeah. And she lives out east now, I think, right?
Yeah, you're going to have me recall data, but yeah, northeast, way up in the bear country where she actually has to worry about bears on the back porch.
Right? Anyway, so Dylan has a background in audio engineering and sound production and lighting and all that stuff, but he's also, as you might have figured out over the last 10 minutes, a really, really talented musician, a great songwriter, and a cool singer. Anyway, we're trying to collaborate on some stuff and try to push the central Missouri music scene forward in some different ways, using the radio station to kind of leverage the show here. And we're starting to do some live remotes.
Right. We're teamed up with LVX, my buddy Bernard Jones and his wife Kitty
sure.
at LVX, and we're kind of finding a way to utilize that as another community presentation space while I am in my trade for sweat equity, getting to use the basement as a place to start a studio.
Which is coming together. Actually, I mean, we can actually practice down there, and
I got sound happening down there.
We got sound down there, and the potential is really great. I think we got a bunch of good ideas. We're trying to do it slow and sure.
And we go hunt out all the things I can produce. I'm not trying to be like a for charge studio. I'm going to be more of a community support structure, figure out a way to get it done with what we have in this town on whatever budget we have. Yeah, that's kind of the mantra that I'm going for.
Yeah, the garden is the metaphor.
Right. So the garden of humanity, I think, is where we've settled on with the building block of the thing that we're doing, and then how it divides from there between the studio and the presentation space, and then the community. That's still kind of in this definition realm of.
We'll see as it comes.
Yeah, right. So, who knows?
Bottom line is, we're really, going to try to engage ourselves further to push the scene forward here.
Right.
Because there's so much great talent.
It's what we can do, man.
I mean, it's what we can do, and we're reasonably good at it. So we might as well.
And just if you dig in just a little bit, you find that every community, every town has this kind of underlying group of musicians just really want to get stuff done. And without a lot of support, that ends up becoming a rough time to figure out how that art gets growed.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Yeah. So, people that are familiar with the show, and certainly artists that have been here visiting with us on many Saturdays over all the years, that's what I've been trying to do, and now
exactly why we team up so well together.
And now we're able to level up, I think, a little bit.
Exactly.
That's our hope for 2025.
I spent so much time going less than full capacity, and now I feel guilty about it in my older age.
And so, with that being said, if you're out there and you're hearing these waves, and you want to be a part of it, get a hold of me, get a hold of Dylan. And
if there's a passion in your life that involves
and we'll find a way to get you involved.
Radio.
Absolutely.
Hit us up, man. We'll find a way to get you supported.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Dylan, thank you again, my brother. And hey, so we've got Clark Layshock is in the house, and of course Clark's a part of the program on a weekly basis. He sort of collaborates on the theme music with Kurt, and also just sort of puts in his 2 cents now and again. But he's
like
also
3.5 cents.
Yeah, maybe $3.50. Anyway, Clark is an amazing drummer, and he's also a guitarist.
Which I didn't realize. Like, we played in a band 12 years ago, and I didn't know he played guitar. Now just
yeah. We're going to see what he's going to do for us, because Clark's going to play a little bit for us in a little bit. Clark, not quite yet though, because I'm going to play this one from Andrew. Andrew sent us some. Yeah, just hang tight, man.
Hey, y'all out there on the waves, make sure you check out Andrew, man.
5 minutes, 8 minutes. T-minus 8 minutes till C-Lark in the house. Andrew, Family Ghost, is that the name of this new record that's being released?
Yeah, it's my next album. It's going to come out on my birthday, February 28th.
All right. Month and a half or so from now, a little bit longer. What are you, 26, 27?
Yeah. Plus some.
I'm kidding. You look great. And you look great for 27, 28, 34, 50. All right.
40.
Anyway, new music. A little bit about the recording, and like, did you do this stuff that you do at your place?
Yeah, so I recorded all the acoustic guitar and vocals at my house, my little home studio. We went to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and cut all the drums. We did it for like 2 albums, but that's like halfway done.
What's the reasoning for going there? Do you have a pal down there or something?
I've got a bunch of friends down there. I've got one of my friends is one of the partners at like the last studio that all the musicians built with their own money once they had, fame and money or whatever. It's called Portside Sound, and so I got a great deal to go there for one day. Like in St. Louis, people tried to charge me like $800 a day or something, and my friend Jamie was like, "Dude, come down here for $350 a day."
Right.
And I paid him for 2 days, and we just used it for one. So it was awesome. Yeah, it was great. And I've been that town a lot. It's a great place. A lot of great musicians in history.
All right.
So we did drums there.
Good bass fishing too.
Yeah. Yeah. So my friend that played drums, he cut like 20 songs down there. So this is just like half of it, but
wow, yeah. So this is full record. I mean, there's 11. Let's see, there's 11 songs
11,
in this.
I think. Yeah.
All right.
And then I had a guy in St. Louis, Sam Golden. He's a big multi-instrumental guy. He played violin and cello and viola on a few songs that like need strings. So it's like all real instruments,
Cool.
I went to a lot of different studios, kind of, but.
How long has it been in the works?
I started writing those songs like 4 years ago, but I always kind of work on 2 or 3 albums at the same time. So when it's new, it's really like 4 years old.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna play. I want to play one from the record.
Okay.
Is there any that you might choose?
Play the song called Fault Lines. It's a little more indie rock.
All right, I'll do it. All right. This is Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We're on the web at kopn.org. Thanks to everyone listening out there. A bunch of people online listening tonight from places all around the country. So hi to everyone out there.
Simi Valley?
I don't know. Actually, let's see. And we'll get a new one here, Kurt, from Mr. Andrew Ryan. Debut! We love the debuts here on Open Mic Radio. All right, it's Open Mic Radio. Did I say that? KOPN Columbia. This is Fault Lines, Andrew Ryan.
It's gonna get bad, but they tell you it's worse. And who you asking now? And what's it worth? It's gonna get bad. Gets worse. Who you asking now? And what's it worth? And all these fault lines on my face, and everything I can't replace. Of all the things I cannot change. All these fault lines on my face. Life is gets worse, who you asking now? And what's it worth? And all these fault lines on my face, and everything I can't replace. Of all the things I cannot change, and all these fault lines on my face, and all these fault lines, and all these fault lines, and all these fault lines on my face, and all these fault lines, and all these fault lines, and all these fault lines on my face. It's gonna get bad. All these fault lines, I tell you it's worse. All these fault lines, you asking now? All these fault lines, what's it worth? It's gonna get bad. All these fault lines, before it gets worse. All these fault lines, you asking now? All these fault lines, what's it worth? You asking now?
Yeah, not right now. We'll do that. I do it all on the air. I'm like, yeah, let's whisper now. Okay, so it's Open Mic Radio. We're trying to decide how to close the show, and Andrew's about out of gas because he's been sick for a month and a half, and his vocals are a little bit running out of fuel, I think. But at any rate, we'll get one more from Level in the Square to kind of close the show. But we've got about 15 minutes or so to experiment a little bit with our own C-Lark, who's going to turn it up a notch here for us, and
real quick.
Yeah, and we're gonna see what Clark has for us. So, as I mentioned before, he's a really skilled drummer, and that's how I met Clark about 20 years ago. Actually, he was playing drums in this jam band, and it was all about. I mean, the other musicians in the band were okay, but it was like I was like, damn, check out the drummer, right? Anyway. He's taken up the guitar as well in the last couple of years, and I'm not sure what the hell he's doing on it, but we're going to find out here in a minute. So, all right. And before I do that, I want to quickly let me say that KOPN thanks its listener sponsors and Cafe Berlin for support of this program and this station. Cafe Berlin features ongoing live music and events from a wide variety of local and nationally touring acts. They offer a full-service cocktail bar and rotating selection of micro brews. Those are very small brews on draft. Schedule of upcoming shows on social media at Cafe Berlin Como. All right, I love it. Thanks for the support, everyone out there. And now let's do it, man. Rock and roll with C-Lark himself. Open Mic Radio, KOPN. Clark, that was awesome. All right.
You back into the radio?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so that is Clark Layshock, C-Lark in my book over here, just totally rocking us. So hey, Clark, will you grab a mic? Actually, I want to talk.
Talk into that mic right there.
I want to talk about the stuff here. So you did the drum track, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, and then. Are you improvising over that, or is it, or is that like a structured piece? Because I mean, the guitar is just wild and fast and furious.
95% improv.
All right, I love it. Well, I'll tell you what. You want to do a quick little 2-minute jam for us? We don't have a whole lot of time. Do a quick little. Rock it out for a couple 3 minutes here, and then if we have to, I'll give you the.
You all can turn it down.
I'll give you the bring it down, huh?
You can turn it down if you need to.
Why don't you do that? Yes.
Find the notes, right?
Yes.
Do a thing, and then I'll do a thing, and you do a thing.
And
don't worry about the drums.
I'm willing to try.
Yes, I'm willing to hear it. Yeah.
Willing to do.
Yeah.
Yoda,
all right. This is what it's about. All right. This is why. And hey, Joe, did you bring your guitar with you?
I didn't.
Okay, so. Otherwise, I'd have had you grab, because you play a little bit with Clark as well, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a young man named Joe in the station, or at the station with us as well today, and he's here as a friend of Clark, but he didn't bring his axe, so we'll have to rain check that. But honestly, all right. Okay, so yeah, we got a few minutes, you guys. Play something. Just do a little improv. I'll let you do it. I'm gonna go back in the studio and jibber jab for a second while you guys get ready, and then we'll hear a nice little improv piece from Dylan and Clark. I love it.
Alrighty, Kurt, what are you doing? You turning up? You should go out there and play with them as well, Kurt. Why the hell not? It's 5:42, so we'll do one here with Clark and Dylan, and then we'll come back, and I think that Nick's going to play one for us on the way out of here, and then we will say toodaloo.
Clark and I were in a band years ago called This One.
We will welcome Russian at a reggae party. Yeah, Dylan, anytime you're ready, brother. Just jump into something. Here we go. All right, here's Dylan and Clark. A couple minutes of this, all right?
We're
appreciate that. Thank you.
God, that was so awesome.
How about selling myself out of air?
How about it? All right.
Wow, that is crazy. All right, that was outstanding. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Happy New Year. Let's see, really quickly, what do we have to say before we scoot out of here? Is there anything happening tonight that we need to tell anyone about?
I think everything that
I should turn your mic on.
was said with that last tune, Mike. I mean, is there really more you can say other than that?
Yeah. Kurt,
what's left to be said, Mike?
You're right. Not much after that. So, all right.
Well, you do have some listeners in Simi Valley. My kids and my wife texted me and said it sounded great, Papa. So,
oh, nice.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
Are they still on the line?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
You know, I really
give them a call.
I probably have callers often enough, but I just never. I can't look at the phone. It's really a bummer. But anyway. Okay. All right. Next week, we're going to have a jam next week. So Open Mic Radio Jam. The Ex-Gentlemen on the 25th of January. We got the Wilson Park Rangers.
Say next week, man, we are not.
That's right. The live remote is January 25th at LVX. Yes. And I think that Lemon Settlement is going to perform on the 1st of February. And I don't think that you engineered for Lemon Settlement. Did you, Dylan?
I have not.
They're awesome. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they'll be back on the 1st of February. Tri-County Liquidators still trying to wrap things up or get a good date with those guys. Soft Crisis, Lucas Oswald, the Royal Fur is going to reschedule with them when Ruth is ready and able. And I'm confident that's going to happen this year. Megan Boyer Band. We'll have Megan and her band sometime in the next few months as well.
Maybe we live remote that one?
I'd love to. Oh, if the Royal Furs you're talking about? Oh, yeah.
No, Megan Boyer or first.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yes and yes.
Both and.
We got to discuss.
That would be a yes and a yes.
Okay, so let's get one last song
next week,
here.
though, everybody should tune in and listen to
Big Cat Matt. Yeah, we're off the air next week. We get the weekend off, and awesome rockabilly and old school country from Big Cat Matt and Rockabilly Corner. That's next Saturday, 4 to 6. We'll be back on the 18th with an OMR jam. All right. Okay, so let's get another one from Nick here, and then we'll say cheers and come back and chat with you in a couple weeks. Yeah, level the square. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Once again on the web at kopn.org. My website is mikehagan.com. You can get all these old programs there. The archives are there, and you can just download them and share them with your friends. Okay. Hey Nick, anytime you're ready, I'd love it. Level the square. Let's do it.
Thank you. This song's called If We Were, and it's not in half step. Maybe I should tune this up before I play. Sorry about that. It's cold. This guitar just got off a plane. All right, here we go. It's not your satin hair against your tan skin, or the light behind your eyes, the secret behind them lips. It's not your heart that finds me in the dark, or the tangled mess of working me out again. Oh, we were to be. We could carry, oh, if we were to be. We could carry. Maybe it's not supposed to be this damn simple, but I'll give you every single
clap.
Oh man, I'm so tired from the.
All right, you guys, there it is. I'm still filming this thing, but it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Incredible stuff. And just thrilled to have Level in the Square this afternoon, along with Mr. Andrew Ryan, looking at me there, and Kind Kurt. I better turn the phone on. I feel like who else I am, right? And anyway, love y'all, and we'll. How about it, right? Okay, great stuff. Where are we at? Okay, Kurt, let's wrap it up, I think, okay? Next week, once again, we have Big Cat Matt. We'll be doing the show. Stick around for Rashuma and a reggae party. You got
these two.
we've got Chris and Blues on Broadway. And actually, shout out to Chris and pointing out that 11 to midnight is Rhythms from the Future now here on KOPN. So great stuff throughout the night here. And hope you all have a great evening and, kind of batten down the hatches for the next couple days, apparently. And we'll catch up with you in a couple weeks, all right? OMR Jam on the 18th, Ex-Gentleman on the 25th. And
Who on the 25th?
The Ex-Gentleman. Yeah. All right.
Looking forward
my email
to
address,
it.
MikeHagan@MikeHagan.com, the website, MikeHagan.com, the podcast, blah, blah, blah. Send me music, all right? If you would like to appear on this program, send me music, okay, please. All right? And that's it, all right? You've been listening to Open Mic Radio right here on KOPN Columbia.
Have a wonderful 2025.
Hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend. Be cool to yourself. Be cool to other people. Stick around. Rashima. We'll catch y'all in a couple weeks. All right, Kurt, get us on out of here.
Come on.